I mean, Chelsea Manning is pardoned when she's taken by America, by Obama, when she's taken full responsibility for the hacking. Your brother's in jail for doing what other media outlets did, just publishing. And Chelsea Manning has said all your brother did was to receive information. And that's what all media organisations do. And the person who hacked the documents was Chelsea Manning. She's been pardoned. Your brother's in a single cell at this rotten Belmarsh prison with limited ventilation 23 hours a day. I mean, how the hell does he... I mean, OK, will he be alive when they finally decide to release him?
Well, that's why we're all working to keep Julian going. He gets phone calls with Stella, visits with his family, and trying just to support him through this so that he can survive this fight. It's a fight for his life that he's doing,
yes.
and his whole family is involved in it.
Yeah. I mean, surely, nothing makes sense here, I've got to say, but surely the Assange case against your brother undermines the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, which allegedly protects freedom of speech and freedom of the press. Now, I've spoken before about Jamil Jaffer. Jamil Jaffer is an academic in charge of the Amendment Institute at Columbia University. And he has said, and I quote, "The charges against Assange rely almost entirely on conduct that investigative journalists engage in every day. The indictments," he said, "are a frontal attack on press freedom." Now, our own former Foreign Minister, Bob Carr, said, it doesn't matter if Julian Assange, because I hear these stories, oh, Julian Assange. Well, Bob Carr says it doesn't matter if you think that Julian Assange is an attractive figure or not. Bob Carr said he's ours and we should be protecting him. And an Australian Defence Department task force in 2010 concluded, task force 2010, what's that, 13 years ago, that WikiLeaks did not reveal any significant details about operational incidents involving Australians beyond those already in the public place. Gabriel, how would an investigative journalist have been treated who'd released the same material?
We just have to look at how, the New York Times, The Guardian, they've all released the same material. None of them, have been prosecuted under this. But what we have seen is their executive editors, their publishers, coming out against this prosecution. And what we think that means is that they are experiencing the chilling effect. They are getting leaks across their desks, national security information across their desks that they can't publish because of what's happening to Julian. So we know there is this chilling effect, particularly on national security reporting from the United States, that is existing around the world, because you have journalists even in France or Germany now, where if they travel to the United Kingdom, is the United States going to reach in there and extraterritorially apply their laws to them? So it is a concern for journalists all around the world, publishers all around the world.
Yeah, I know, but it's a concern for your brother. Look, I just say again, I don't understand this, and I've never understood it. We're supposed to be a good ally of the United States. We dispatched a warship to the Gulf when we were asked. We went into Afghanistan when we were asked. We've sent trainers and planes into Iraq and Syria when we were asked. We host 2 American communication bases in Australia. I would have thought we're entitled to a modest request that, in the spirit with which Barack Obama pardoned Chelsea Manning, drop the extradition orders against Julian Assange. Gabriel, before we go, how do you read what will happen next, and how immediate may what will happen next be?
Well, we know now that the lines of communication have now been opened between Julian's team and the people pursuing him in the United States. So this is the beginning of a resolution, and we're really asking the government to really use that special relationship to push harder for a proper resolution, a proper diplomatic resolution, and so that Julian can come home and bring his kids here and settle down and raise his family.